In this video, we're going to talk about why dogs run away and 5 ways how to stop it. I'm Will, your trainer here at Kindly Canine Training, and we're getting into it right now. In most cases, dogs don't mean to run away. Although if you chase them, you can inadvertently turn it into a game for them, which you definitely don't want your dog to learn. Conversely, teaching them to chase you is a great thing to teach them and is a good way to start teaching them recall. But that's a topic for another video. What tends to happen, nose, eyes, ears, right, is they follow their nose until they get so far away from the house, then they finally look up and realize they have no idea where they are and they have no idea how to get back home. Or they're the kind of dog that just loves to run and they just dart out the door and just start running and they're gone. And pretty much the same thing happens there. They keep running, they don't really think about it, and the next thing you know, they look up, they look around, and they don't recognize where they are, and then they're lost. There's several ways this could start. They could start by climbing under a fence, squeezing in between a hole in the fence, jumping over the fence, crawling up the fence and jumping over. And like I said before, darting out the door as soon as you open it. Now let's talk about some ways to prevent this from happening to your dog. If you want to learn how to get rid of unwanted behaviors and bring balance back to your pack, start right now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Number 1, the obvious stuff. Make sure your fence is in good condition. High enough so that your dog can't jump over it, fixed so they can't climb up and over it or squeeze through it, and keeping up on repairing and blocking off areas that they are trying to dig under. You can also try spraying spicy stuff or scents that you know your dog doesn't like. You can also look that up on Google and find the kind of scents like citronella, for example, or anything spicy that your dog doesn't like. That at least helps in the situations where they're digging. Another secret to digging, if your dog tends to dig holes, you can take their poop, put it in the hole, bury it, so that next time they come and they dig that up, they get an unwanted surprise. So tip number 2. Teach your dog to look at you, and that doing so is very rewarding. Tip number 3, teach your dog to look to you to get what they want. More info on both of these techniques can be found on my video, How to Get Your Dog to Pay Attention to You. I'll put that in a card up here, as well as in the description below, and as a watch next video at the end of this one. If you enjoyed this video or got something out of it and you'd like to buy me a coffee, now you can do that. So here's what you do. Just minimize the video, come down here to my icon or logo, give that a click, which will take you to my YouTube homepage. And you see in the lower right of the channel art, this little coffee cup. Just click on that, which will take you to the Buy Me a Coffee website. And you see my page, same header as the YouTube. And you come down, you can select 1 or 3 or 5. You can put a personal message if you like, and then you just click support. Tip number 4, teach your dog to sit, look at you, wait, and be calm before you go out on the walk, especially in the case of those dogs that like to dart right out the door. This is especially good for that. And make sure you go out the door first and then invite them out with you. Whoever goes out the door first is the pack leader. So start with the leash on and your dog in a sit, and preferably with eye contact. We accomplish this simply by pulling your hand away from the door as soon as they break the sit and start coming towards the door. Then we pull our hand away and we start over. Make them sit, eye contact, wait until they calm down and relax, and then we can start again, start reaching for the door. And after a few tries, you should at least be able to start turning the knob before they break the sit. Then after a few of those tries, you should be able to get to the point where you start opening the door before your dog breaks the sit. And then again, start over. Close the door, pull your hand away, sit, stay, wait for them to be calm. And again, eye contact is preferred. Be patient here. It takes as many times as it takes. So don't give up. You have to win. The more you win, the more powerful you become in their mind. The more they win, the more they learn that they don't have to listen to you. After a number of tries, your dog should get the hint that they're not going to get what they want until you get what you want, which is the point of the entire exercise. Once your dog gets really good at this, even breaking eye contact is enough for me to pull away and start again. Once you get to the point where you start opening the door, if they do dart out, you have the leash in your hand. So bring them back in and start the whole exercise over. Again, be patient. It takes as many tries as it takes. Once your dog sees that you're not going to give up with this as well as any other training methods that you do, that's when they are able to relinquish or acquiesce to you. Some people think it's cruel and like we're breaking the dog's spirit. But what's really cruel is by allowing a dog to do whatever they wants, whenever they want, that creates a dog that is in an ever overstressed and hyper-aware state, always worried and stressed. That is cruel. So the first day we do this, we want to keep practicing this exercise until we can get all the way out the door with the leash on and then invite them out. Again, whoever goes out the door first is the pack leader. And even after that, practice this every day for every walk, even once they get it down pat. This should be your daily pre-walk procedure. Consistency is key. So this is kind of like when you get eye contact with your dog when you're about to feed them. You hold it above their head until you can get all the way down to the ground. You let go, they're still looking at you, then okay. And you shouldn't be using a free feed method, especially if you have a dog that doesn't listen to you and doesn't respect you. So by starting each walk this way, we start the walk with the right energy, which sets the tone for the entire walk. Which brings us to tip number 5. Once you're out on the walk, work on keeping your dog to the side of you or behind, but never in front. And always keep the leash loose unless you're administering a leash correction. A hard leash correction to the side for something really bad, and just a little jingle, jingle, jingle for something if they just start to get ahead of you. Another thing you can do is they start getting ahead of you, you jingle, jingle, jingle. They're not slowing down or going behind you. Stop and wait procedure. Stop and wait, which is like the reset button for your dog. And then once they've calmed and they're sitting for a while, then we can continue. When you stop when you're out on the walk, they stop and sit. And they should be checking in with you, looking at you, giving you eye contact every few seconds when you're out on the walk with your dog. If they're not paying attention to you, then they're paying attention to everything else they shouldn't be. They need to trust you to protect yourself as well as them. So confidence and body language is very important when you're out on the walk. I don't want this to become a how to walk your dog video, but by working on and mastering these skills will allow you and your dog to enjoy the walk much more. And engaging your dog's mind as well as their body when you're out on the walk is how we effectively drain their energy. Remember, a tired dog is a good dog, which will allow you to get work done once you're at home, as well as creates a dog that wants to walk with you instead of trying to leave you or run away. More about how to walk your dog can be found in my Dog Training Fundamentals playlist. I'll also link that at the end of this video so you can watch that next. That's about it for this one. I'm Will, your trainer here at Kindly Canine Training. Have a good one, and later on.